Hi YouTube! In today's video I'm going to do a demonstration of a stomach chi treatment, which is something that I do on every single person that I treat, and I think it's a really great way to support ourselves in times of stress and moments of change. In acupuncture we work with chi, so one of the first things that we like to do is make that chi available to work with. My teacher's teacher's teacher, Master Nagano, developed this treatment of stomach chi, which focuses on 3 points in the stomach meridian related to the stomach, the large intestine, and the small intestine. And the idea being that if we are stimulating digestion, essentially, then we are making more chi available for the body to use, as we get our energy from basically 2 sources from the outside: breathing, inhaling oxygen, and then the nutrients that we eat. So to get started, first we find the stomach meridian. And the stomach meridian actually starts just underneath the eye and goes all the way down the front of the body, through the leg, and out the second toe. So to orient ourselves, we start with the knee. And then coming down off of the knee, we find the shin bone. So the shin bone is that bone in the middle of the front of your leg, basically. And from there, we want to go just to the outside. So in that muscle, if we flex our foot up, then that muscle becomes stronger. So a lot of people who are dancers or runners are very familiar with this muscle, may have even had problems with it in the past. This treatment can also be helpful for that as well. So we want to just slide off of the top of the shin bone into that space there at the top here. And the idea is very simple. With acupuncture we use needles, but with acupressure we're still using the same points, we're just using our hands. So very easy to do for yourselves. And we want to start massaging. So how you feel more comfortable massaging yourself is going to be individual. Sometimes I like to do it like this, some people like to do it like this. You can just go one thumb. It's up to you, whatever is more comfortable for your hands. It's not a long treatment, but you will be doing it for a couple of minutes. You can always change. So I'm just massaging downward motion because the flow of the channel goes downward. And then slowly shifting down. And then down into the ankle, and then we start again. Now we always start with the left side because the left side of the legs more relates to chi directly, whereas the right side relates to blood. And the idea is that the chi is easier to get moving, and once the chi is moving, it's easier to move the blood, so we like to start with the left. And so this is the second time going down. And then we do it a third time. We do everything in 3s. There have been whole discussions about why that is, so I'm not going to start. But it does seem to be a common theme. Going all the way down. And then we switch. We start again by locating the knee, and then finding the prominence of the shin bone, and then we go just to the outside and start massaging in a downward motion. Now Master Nagano developed this treatment for seasonal change, opening up chi, treating digestive system, jet lag, and also local issues in terms of shin splints and injuries. But I've also noticed very particularly, and I'm sure he did too, is that the first thing that happens when I'm treating someone is that their breath changes. It becomes calmer, it becomes more relaxed. And the conclusion that I have come to is that because we're stimulating the digestive system, we're actually stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system. And as many of us know, the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems have the difference in terms of stress and panic mode or peace and relaxation. And during a sympathetic state, we are in stress. So our digestion actually does not work very well. So I have concluded that by stimulating the digestion directly, we are actually stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system to kick in, which will then have a much more relaxing effect on our nervous system in general. And coming down. And then we start again. If you notice that I have a bump here, that's actually particularly, it's not very nice. So I'm going to spend a bit more time on it. When spots are a bit like that, feel free to focus on them more, so long as you remember to pay attention to the differences of pain. If it's really, really painful, then maybe either be very gentle or not avoid it, but just be cautious of what's going on. If you've had an injury recently, then you do want to be a lot more gentle and maybe do a more smoothing movement. That also has a great effect. The idea is that we don't want to injure ourselves more. Let the body give us some information. That's okay. And then we keep going down. And then, of course, the third time. And you see that I've switched my hand position. My fingers were getting a bit tired, so that's okay, you can too. Nice and easy. So I have here this little image that I've drawn up of the bones, so you can see the points specifically in direct relation to the bones for those of you who makes that easier. Otherwise, I hope you found today's video informative and appreciative. I hope you've enjoyed treating yourself. This is something you can do every day. I do it on every single client, every single time I see them. It's the first thing we do. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you have any comments or suggestions, so long as they're respectful, I'll be happy to answer them. Take care. Until next time.